What's up, guys? We are back. So, somebody had given me a really good idea to make a video of what I take with me on a nightly basis when I go fishing because I fish at night. Um, so there's not a lot of spots where you can really go and get stuff if you need it. Um, so you need to bring it with you. So that was I thought about it for a few and I was like, "You know what? That's a good idea." So I'm going to give you guys some basic stuff here, but this is just every night what I take with me. Um we've already done a review of let me bring this backpack tackle box up. We've already done a review on the um plain old backpack tackle box, the 3700 series. I have all of my lures that I'm going to use for the night. There's, like I said, I use the three different packs. There's these little packs of uh of tackle boxes that you can buy, and I take that with me. Um, so that's obviously number one. I take the lures that I'm going to use for the night in the backpack tackle box, or if you have a tackle box and you're going to pull it in a like beach cart, can't forget your tackle box because without the tackle box, you ain't fishing. So that comes with me. It stays on my back pretty much the entirety of the night. Um, I really do like that backpack tackle box. There's a review on it earlier in the channel. I did a video prior, so if you're interested in that, you can go and check that out too. I really do like that. That is a very, very comfortable backpack tackle box. Now, the next thing is if you're fishing for fish to if you're gonna first of all, if you're gonna catch and release, you don't need this. If you're just gonna strictly catch and release, you're probably not gonna need what I'm gonna show you next. Um, this is a folding tournament board. So I bought this from Bass Pro, and as you can see, it has inches and centimeters on it, and it basically folds out. Let me turn it around for y'all. It folds out into a full length. I believe it's 30. What does it end up as? 36 inches. So the slot keeper length in Massachusetts is, I believe it's 28 to 35. So this is, if you're looking to take your fish home, you would unfold the tournament board, lay this fish out, and make sure that it is of legal length. But like I said, if you're just going to strictly catch and release, you don't need it. But me, I like to eat striped bass. It's a very, very tasty fish. So the nights that I do wanna eat something, I will take the tournament board with me. And it's very simple. It was very, very cheap from Bass Pro, only like I think like $8, $6 or $8, and just folds out, and then you can fold it back up, and it's very, very convenient. It slides, it's thin, it slides, it takes up no space at all in the tackle box. And it's just convenient to have, so you don't get any trouble. You don't get into any trouble um, if a Mass Fish and Wildlife personnel or the DRC in Massachusetts here ask to, or the harbor masters, anybody in charge of, the recreational fishing, ask to see, if you have your cooler with you, and they say, open your cooler, we want to see your fish. You can open the cooler with confidence, knowing that you're not going to get in trouble because they're all legal length. And if they're not legal length and you are trying to sneak something past, I don't know what to tell you. Too bad for you then. So the next thing, I use braided line. I like to go, me personally, now this is just me personally, I like to go overkill on a lot of my equipment. The reels that I have, the poles that I have, the line that I have is way overkill for what I'm pulling in with it. It's 50-pound braided line, which is way overkill for what you're ever going to pull out of a harbor or off the shore. You could end up with a trophy size, once in a lifetime size fish, but I like to just be able to know that my equipment's not going to fail, or at least give it the best chance possible not to fail. So I go overkill with it. Um, And if you are using braided line, it is a very good idea to get a pair of snips like this. This is just the Bass Pro brand shears, the braid shears, or I forget what the actual what the correct name is, but there's just um a good solid scissors, pair of scissors to cut your braided line, because braided line can be a pain um dealing with it. It's very, very strong, so you can't just you have to have a way to cut off loose ends when you tie on new lures, or if you need to, you have to need a way. If you ever have to, if you have to snap your line off because it's tangled on something, it's a lot easier to just take it and snip it over. If you've ever tried to snap braided line, you know what I'm talking about. It's not easy, and it can actually, if you wrap it around your wrist or your finger and try and pull it, it can actually cut into you. So a good idea to just carry a good set of shears or scissors with you to cut any extra line off when you're tying new lures on, or or if you ever have to snap your line on purpose. The last thing that I do take with me is, and this is probably the most important, is a good set of pliers. A good set of pliers or a good multi-tool is a absolute must when it comes to fishing from the shore. And like I said, I fish at night. The good I have found, I've done a lot of fishing here in over the years off the docks in Massachusetts. And from what I have found, the best fishing, whether it's freshwater or saltwater, is at night, and it's late at night. Um so you don't want to have to um you want your equipment to be good so it doesn't fail you when you need it. So a good quality pair of this is stainless steel. These a good pair of pliers, and I'm going to explain why. These pliers are specifically made to pull hooks out of fish's mouths. If you fish for long enough, you know what it feels like to have a treble hook or a hook buried in your hand, in your finger. It's not fun. It's not a fun experience. You have to go to the ER. They push it out. They snap it off, and they send you on your way. It's not a fun experience. I've had it happen to me. I just had it happen to me a month ago. It's not a good time. So if you have a way to grip that hook, and there's a lot more leverage in one of these than your hand could ever do, and it also extends that distance. You're not grabbing directly onto that hook for that fish to thrash its head around and put one of those treble hooks or the tip of that bait hook in your finger. So there's it keeps you at distance, and there's a lot more leverage in one of these. You can exert a lot more force to a hook with a set of pliers than you ever could with your hand, and it keeps you at a safe distance. So to recap, guys, a good set of shears for your braided line if you have it, or strong, especially if you're fishing for big fish, that mono or that monofilament line or braided line is going to be very strong. So you need a way to snip off the extra ends when you tie a new lures on, and if you need to, cut it to keep yourself safe. The pliers we just talked about, and then a way to carry your supplies around, your lures that you're going to take with you. And like I said, I use the Plano 3700 backpack tackle box. I'll show you guys that one last time. And like I said previously, there's a review video on this exact backpack tackle box. So that's basically what I take with me on a nightly basis, and my two different poles. So my advice to you would be, if you have more than one fishing pole with different action on it, take that as well. That would kind of be an honorable mention. If you have multiple different poles that are different strengths and different actions and different lengths, do that, because they may not be, you may need a different action or a different strength pole depending on what you're going after. But those are the things that I take with me on a nightly basis, guys. I thought that was a really good idea for a video. I can't even remember who put it in the comments that I should do that. But it was a good idea. I thought that was a very good idea. But those are the things that I take with me on a nightly basis when I go out. Um, and it keeps me, like I said, it keeps life easy. Having those shears, to just snip off any extra added ends when I tie on new lures, and then when you need to pull hooks out of fish's mouths or gills that are buried in there, those pliers come in very, very handy. Um, but thanks again, guys. I appreciate y'all watching, and tight lines, and I'll see you on the next one.